Welcome back to our series on the signs that may indicate your partner doesn't love you anymore. If you're just joining us, we've already explored 5 telling signs in part 1, which I highly recommend watching for context. Today, we're picking up where we left off to discuss 5 more signs that are just as crucial to understand. So let's dive right in with sign number 6. 6. They don't get jealous anymore. A little jealousy can be healthy, showing they care. But if they're indifferent to situations that used to spark a reaction, the emotional investment might not be there. Maya and Ethan had a relationship where a little jealousy was always part of the equation. It showed they cared. But recently, Maya's noticed a shift. Ethan, who once would send a playful "Who's that?" text when she posted a picture with a male friend, now scrolls past without a second glance. For example, at a recent office party, Maya was chatting with a new colleague. In the past, Ethan would join the conversation, his arm finding its way around her shoulders. But this time, he was nowhere to be seen. Instead, he was engrossed in his phone, seemingly oblivious to her presence. It's not that Maya wants a possessive partner, but Ethan's indifference was a stark contrast to the attentive partner he once was. His lack of reaction was like a silent confirmation that the spark that once ignited his emotions had dimmed. This change can be quite telling. A healthy dose of jealousy shows engagement in the relationship, a sign that your partner values you and doesn't want to lose you. If you're experiencing a similar sense of indifference from your partner, it might be a sign that their emotional investment in the relationship has waned. 7. Lack of support. Partners should lift each other up. If you're not getting the support you need, especially during tough times, it's a sign that the love might not be there. Nora and Ben were a team, always cheering each other on. Whether it was Nora's art shows or Ben's marathons, they were each other's biggest fans. But lately, Nora's gallery openings have had one noticeable absence: Ben. Take her last exhibition, which was crucial for Nora's career. She had worked tirelessly for months, and when the big day came, she looked for Ben's familiar face in the crowd. But he wasn't there. He had mentioned something about a work emergency, but Nora couldn't shake off the disappointment. It wasn't just about him missing the event. It was the lack of interest he showed in the lead-up. No words of encouragement, no excitement, no "I'm proud of you" that used to fuel her confidence. Nora felt like she was pursuing her dreams alone, without her partner's emotional backing. This story might resonate with you if you felt a void where your partner's support should be. Support is the scaffolding of a relationship, and when it's missing, everything feels a bit more unstable. If you're finding yourself standing alone in your endeavors, it might be time to address the support system in your relationship. 8. Constant criticism. Constructive feedback is one thing, but if it feels like they're always finding fault with you, it's not a sign of a loving relationship. Sophie and Alex used to be each other's rock. Compliments flowed easily between them, building a foundation of mutual respect and admiration. But the tide has turned, and now Sophie feels she can do nothing right in Alex's eyes. For instance, Sophie loves cooking and used to delight in preparing meals for them both. Alex was her eager taste tester, always praising her culinary creations. But these days, his feedback is less sugar, more salt. "This needs more seasoning," or "it's a bit overcooked," he'd say, his words leaving a bitter taste in Sophie's mouth. It's not just her cooking, her choice of movies, her fashion sense, even her laugh, all under scrutiny. Sophie feels like she's constantly walking on eggshells, trying to meet standards that keep shifting. This story might echo your own if you've noticed a shift from constructive feedback to relentless criticism. It's one thing to help each other grow, quite another to feel diminished by constant negative remarks. If you're in a situation where criticism has replaced compassion, it might be time to reflect on the health of your relationship. 9. They don't miss you. If you spend time apart and they don't seem to miss you or check in, it's a sign that your absence isn't felt as deeply as it should be. Ava and Liam were the kind of couple who would text each other, "I miss you," even during short separations. But now, Ava feels a void where Liam's affection used to be. For example, Liam recently went on a business trip for a week. In the past, he would count down the days until he returned to Ava, sending her photos and updates. But this time, his messages were sparse, and the usual "wish you were here" was conspicuously absent. Ava tried to fill the silence with her own messages, recounting her day and expressing how much she missed him. But the responses from Liam were brief, sometimes just an emoji or a generic "that's nice." It was as if his absence wasn't just physical, but emotional too. This story might strike a chord if you've experienced a similar emotional disconnect, when the person who used to long for your presence no longer seems to notice your absence. It's a painful indication that their feelings may have changed. If you're feeling taken for granted, it might be time to have a conversation about where you both stand emotionally. 10. You feel alone. Even when you're together, this is perhaps the most telling sign. If you feel lonely, even when your partner is right beside you, the emotional disconnect is real. Zoe and Max used to be a dynamic duo, always in sync, sharing laughter and life's little moments. But now, Zoe finds herself feeling isolated, a solitary figure next to Max, who seems miles away even when he's right beside her. For example, they used to enjoy their Sunday morning ritual of coffee and crossword puzzles. It was their time to connect before the week ahead. But last Sunday, as Zoe reached across the table to share a clue, she noticed Max was absorbed in his phone. His laughter at a joke someone sent him didn't include her. It wasn't just the crossword puzzle. Movie nights ended with Max on his laptop, working or gaming, while Zoe watched alone, her comments about the plot met with nods and half-hearted grunts. This story might resonate if you've felt a similar sense of solitude in your relationship. When companionship turns into coexistence without connection, it's a profound sign of emotional distance. If you're feeling lonely in your partner's company, it's a crucial signal that the relationship needs attention, and perhaps a heartfelt conversation. We've all been there, and it's never easy. But recognizing these signs can be the first step towards a happier you. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to comment below with your thoughts or any topics you'd like us to cover in the future. Check out the links in the description for more resources and support. Remember, you're not alone and you deserve a love that's full and true. Take care and see you in the next video.